Did you know that over 10,000 new businesses were launched in Idaho in just a single year? It's true. The Gem State is quietly but very quickly becoming a massive tax-friendly haven for entrepreneurs. So welcome to this explainer. Today we are going to completely demystify exactly how to take your business idea and transform it into a legal reality in Idaho, step by step. And your absolute best tool for this? An LLC, or limited liability company. It acts like a legal shield, separating your personal assets, like your house and your car, from your business liabilities, all while offering some seriously incredible tax flexibility. Let's get right into it.
So, 10,350, that is the exact number of new businesses we're talking about here. Entrepreneurs are literally flocking to Idaho right now, and they're drawn by some incredibly favorable conditions. We're talking about a flat 5.3% tax rate and a super rare $0 online annual report fee. But here's the catch. To actually unlock all these amazing benefits, you have to set things up perfectly from day one. To take you from feeling like an overwhelmed novice to a totally confident business owner, we're going to follow a really clear 6-step roadmap today. We'll cover why choose an Idaho LLC, naming and your registered agent, the certificate of organization, the operating agreement and EIN, taxes, licenses, and maintenance, and finally, the common mistakes to avoid.
Okay, step 1, let's look at why you should choose an Idaho LLC and exactly why it's earned the title of the business-friendly Gem State.
It's no accident that Idaho ranks 9th overall on the State Tax Competitiveness Index. The state boasts a flat 5.3% rate for both individual and corporate income tax, alongside a very manageable 6% state sales tax. But you want to know the absolute best part? Idaho does not hit LLCs with a state-level franchise tax. No way. Simply put, that means a whole lot more of the money your business actually makes gets to stay right there inside your business.
Moving right along to step 2, your name and registered agent. This step is all about establishing your legal identity and your official point of contact with the state.
Look, picking a name isn't just a fun branding exercise, it is a strict matter of legal compliance. Under Idaho rules, your business name must be entirely distinguishable on the record. Think of it like this. If a company called Doe Brothers LLC already exists, and you try to submit Doe Bros LLC, you will get rejected immediately. Just swapping out some punctuation or using an abbreviation absolutely won't cut it. So before you go and print 1,000 expensive business cards, do yourself a huge favor and use the free SOS Biz portal to verify your name is actually available.
Next up, you have to appoint a registered agent. Essentially, the state needs a guaranteed, foolproof way to contact your business for important tax notices or, in the event of a lawsuit. And the rules here are super strict. Your agent must have a real, physical Idaho street address. P.O. boxes and commercial mailboxes strictly prohibited. Plus, they literally have to be physically present at that address during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Now, you can totally be your own agent if you're an Idaho resident over 18, or you can just hire a professional service to handle the whole shebang for you. Either way, they have to explicitly consent to serve before you appoint them.
All right, step 3 is the certificate of organization. This is the big moment where we make things completely official with the state.
This document right here is what actually breathes legal life into your business. Now you have a couple of options for filing. Submitting your certificate of organization online through the Secretary of State's SOS Biz portal costs exactly $100, and it takes about 3 to 5 business days. But if you really insist on mailing in a paper form, the state penalizes you with an extra $20 manual processing fee, bringing your total to $120, and it takes notably longer to process. Seriously, just save your money and your time. Always file online.
Step 4, the operating agreement and EIN. Now that the state is happy, it's time to handle your internal governance and your federal identification.
So, an operating agreement is an internal, written contract that outlines the financial and functional structure of your LLC. This covers things like ownership percentages and exactly how the business is managed. You actually do not file this with the state, but while Idaho law doesn't strictly force you to have one, having this document is absolutely crucial. Why? Because it definitively proves your business is a separate entity from you personally, which is exactly what protects your limited liability status from lawsuits. If you skip this and don't write your own rules, Idaho's default state statutes will automatically step in and make those decisions for you. And trust me, you do not want that.
Right after that, you're going to need an EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number. Basically, think of this as a social security number, but for your business. Getting your federal EIN is completely free and instant if you go directly through the official IRS website. Do not skip this because you will absolutely need this 9-digit number to do fundamental things like open a business bank account, hire employees, or file your federal taxes.
Okay, moving to step 5, taxes, licenses, and maintenance. This is all about keeping your new business in good standing for the long haul.
Depending on exactly what your business does, you might need some specific licenses to operate legally. Thankfully, the Idaho Business Registration System, or IBRS portal, is a massive time saver for this. It lets you register for income tax withholding, unemployment insurance, and you can even grab your free seller's permit for sales tax, literally all in one place. Just don't forget to also check with your local city or county clerk for any municipality-level licenses you might need.
Now for some really good news. Every single LLC in Idaho has to file an annual report before the end of the month in which it was formed. But here is perhaps the most surprising and definitely the best fact about maintaining your Idaho LLC. If you file this required annual report electronically via the SOS Biz portal, the cost is $0. Yep, absolutely free. There is no state fee whatsoever.
Finally, step 6, common mistakes to avoid. Let's navigate the pitfalls so you don't accidentally undo all of your hard work.
Beginners make these specific errors all the time, but you don't have to. First, never use a P.O. box for your registered agent address. Second, please do not pay a sketchy third-party website $150 to get an EIN when the IRS literally gives it to you for free. Third, do not ignore those local city-level business licenses, and absolutely do not skip drafting an operating agreement. But the biggest trap of them all? Forgetting your annual report deadline. If you fail to file that free report within 60 days of your anniversary month due date, the state will administratively dissolve your LLC entirely, permanently stripping you of your personal liability protection.
So are you ready to take full advantage of Idaho's incredibly business-friendly environment and finally launch your LLC? As you can see, breaking this entire process down into structured, actionable steps really takes all the intimidation right out of the equation. By ensuring your name is distinguishable, filing online, and drafting a solid operating agreement, the massive financial and protective benefits of an Idaho LLC are completely within your reach. Your business idea absolutely deserves a solid legal foundation.
Before we wrap up, I do need to remind you that the information provided in this explainer is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. We strongly recommend consulting a legal professional for personalized advice tailored specifically to your business. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer journey. You now have the complete blueprint to launch your Idaho business. So here's my final question for you to think about. What is the very first step you're going to take right now to make your business a reality?